Well, hello and welcome to Lego with Keir. Once again, welcome back. I'm lighting Keir on Instagram at any rate, and I really hope you've enjoyed seeing that stop motion I've put together. It's a bit of a first effort and so the frame rate's a bit scrappy, but I'm really pleased with the result. I've made some minor alterations to Mini Keir's set, taken away the green backdrop of studs and just done it against a black background. I think that works a bit better. It lets me get a wider shot as well, and I've been taking the photographs in higher resolution so that I can make a 4K video and then pan and scan through it. So that'll let me zoom in and move around the frame, and having that sort of over scan on the edge lets me move the frame off the edge of the, you know, what would be the sensible framing. So the stuff I've been shooting at the moment is all lost a bit in the distance, but I should be able to make an HD video that then zooms in. I've just realised there's something very strange going on with my stream monitoring screen, which is unfortunate. It's all a bit, well, it's all a bit cut off. Hopefully you can see all of my picture, because for some reason I cannot. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. There we go. I think that's fixed it. And I can see the chat now as well. Oh, good. I'm really pleased. Yeah, I was quite pleased with the cat destroying the Lego. Good bit of fun. Sounds good. Excellent. I've completely lost where I was with it. Yeah, the screen's on a bit of an offset, so I'm definitely going to have to work out how to put some keystoning on the footage that goes on the pretend display, Lego display. But I was pleased with how it worked today. It was, the 2 minutes before the stream started was me rapidly knocking it together in OSB. It's like add this and shift that there, and yeah, okay. So I'm, you know, well organised as ever. Really solid plan. But I've had some exciting post. Here we go. Let me find a sensible thing. There we go. So here we go. Look at this lovely 3D printed Lego Keir. Really nice. Got handy little hanging hooks. Not that I'm likely to use those straight away because I've got a nice place behind me to put them. Yeah, I was thinking about whether it'd be possible to use some tissue paper and fairy lights to sort of give it some colour changing backlighting, but I'm not sure. So if you'd like to see that project instead of Lego building today, I do have all the bits and pieces for that. I could start there. Otherwise, we have the Lego City construction bulldozer and trailer remaining from last week. Oh, good. I'm glad the frame's not cut off. Yeah, I managed to work it out. Oh, yeah. So there's that, and we've got Arctic Flyer for a bit of a bigger project. Got the wrong minifigure. This is one of the random eBay ones I think I did show last week, and Rachel has very kindly been through it and checked all the bits and swapped and, you know, just sort of done our best to make it all the right bits and right colours and things, and check they're all there. But that does have a slightly different minifigure, but that was in the listing, so can't complain. Yeah, I don't think there was, again, I'm not quite ready to start the big project like the VW camper. I want to make sure that I'm set up to shoot the time lapse of that really well. I want to make sure that, you know, I get really nice time lapse of the construction of that. So I'm just going to hold off a little bit until I'm organised with it. Let's swap back to Big Keir. Oh, and we've got title again. There you go. So, but I will. See, I thought, I don't know if it's going to always be blocked. Maybe that's the answer. Whoops. Sorry, Rachel. Go on, you want to fit. There we go. How's that? Pretty nice. Where's my tissue paper? See, it's not quite tall enough to go all the way around it. It just needed some adaptation. But I could... That sort of works, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure if it was better without it, really. You'll have to let me know in the chat. Let's see. Excuse me. I normally do better about, well, I've tried to do better about muting the mic. So I've just got to wait for the stream delay to catch up a bit, I suppose. What do you reckon? Shall I try and... Oh. Excuse me. What do you reckon? Shall we try and light up the Keir? Give that a bit of funky backlighting. It's a bit of a non-Lego project. Doesn't quite fit with Lego with Keir. Or better without the paper. Oh, okay. I won't bother trying to light it up then. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Be gone. Try and give them a tiny bit of spacing. Go on. Oh. There we go. Bit of a faff. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I think you're right, Mum. I think it is better just straight up on the redwood. Lego construction. Yeah, yeah. Which set though? Which set? Big, little? Well, we'll start with the big one. I'll leave the little one for later if we've got a bit of extra time. That seems like the sensible plan. Okay. So Rachel also lovingly, because she's such a star, went through and labelled all the bags up nicely for me. Sorted out the whole thing as if new, like new. So here we are. Let's get rid of this. I probably will still need it to hand though. Right. I'm a bit tired today. I was going to say I was a bit up late, but I was up well into the morning doing the Mark II stop motion. But it's left me a bit incapable of thinking. Right, more tea, that's what I need. Well, she'll hear me in a minute. My lovely wife. Okay, bag one. We shall conform to the convention for a change. I'm a bit like my mum with meals when it comes to Lego, in as much as I want the pudding first. Thank you, beautiful. Right, and these bags are definitely worth saving, although I'm not sure if I'm going to have the patience to sort them back into bags. So step one's make the minifigure, but we've got an alternative Arctic fellow. I love the saber-toothed tiger that came with it. You gonna focus for me, camera? There we go. Look at that, and it articulates really nicely. So you can have it rearing up. Not good. It's a bit lost against all my skin tone and the orange tray, but right. So let's find a good place for the instructions, and we'll get cracking. You may be able to hear the kettle boiling in the background. But not to worry, that's what that noise is. Oh, I've slung the wheels on already. Always ahead of the steps, me. I like to tread my own path. I can't see this. I think I'm going to have to go to the opticians. I'll tell you what, let's pop these wheels back off because they'll probably be in the way. Pick an end, any end. Yeah, we have got colossal quantities of orange now, aside from all the Arctic sets I've bought. I think orange far and away is the biggest bag. I'll show you it in a bit. Okay, and another orange one. We've got a ton of these little, oh, this camera's probably all badly focused, isn't it? There we go. Sorry. Although I'm going to come bring stuff up to close to the camera again, but I won't fiddle with the focus. We've got a ton of these ones, and they're actually in the Lego fire station behind me here. They actually make... oh no! Oh no! Oh! Oh. Here we go. Right. Chaos and destruction. I'm the chaos. Bring the chaos. Keir can be guaranteed to bring the chaos. Right. Where was I? See all these crenulations, sort of decorations on the top of the building. That's what they actually are. It's just loads of those little grabby bits all side by side. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and create a building that's got bright orange painted stonework, I suppose. I'll shift the angle on this camera perhaps in a moment. Right, let's try and just bear with me while I attempt to restore the collection. See, the Lego Creator 3-in-1 set was unfortunately designed such that the opening section, this is the proper bit that Lego sort of said should be the opening bit with its tab and everything, but they designed it such that that was the bottom when you've got the picture the right way up, which is just so insane. So yeah, that's it. You store it in the box right way up, pick it up, and everything falls out the bottom, which is what just happened, which is, I'm so glad it came in a handy little bag. Because otherwise it would have been all over the kitchen floor in a massive cascade. Really, I should have some of the empty boxes up there, and then it'll be a bit more stable. Strong and stable. There we go. And we'll just ignore the fact that there's a massive bag of Lego sitting on the floor behind me. Okie dokie. Oh, I was going to check this camera angle, wasn't I? Oh, that's all right, because it sort of covers it when I'm faffing, building things in an elevated fashion. Okay. Can zoom this one in a little bit. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, just fiddling with the physical properties of the cameras today rather than the OBS settings, though I should not speak too soon. There is plenty of time for OBS-based faffing. Thank you, my angel.
Soda as well.
Say? Oh yes, I will have a brown soda as well, thank you. Shout out to Jane Douglas. Yeah, do you want, is it in the fridge? I'll just grab it, I've got long enough cable. Thank you, my darling. Perfect. Where was I? Steering wheel just done. Gritty thing done. Yeah, I think it's improper quarantine of postal items is how we've managed to get Allerg, my wife. Yeah, Rachel and I are both feeling just a little bit snuffly. You know, I mean, any other time, you just we would not think twice about it. But this year we're sort of like, well, where the hell have we got that from? But yeah, I think lack of proper quarantine on my exciting post arriving is the closest, you know, that's the highest likelihood in my book, because I keep on buying all this stuff on eBay and things and then just opening it up straight away because I can't resist. But there you go. Oh, yes, we had, so in addition to my Lego Keir letters, ta-da, ta-da-da, I've had another parcel arrive from Amazon today. But I wasn't sure whether to open it now. Well, not immediately now, but on stream. Although I'll have to remember to scribble out the address. Or save it for tomorrow. So I don't know. Or I suppose put it back in the hall and leave it there to quarantine for 3 days like I should have. But it's just, oh. I'm sick of it. I know everybody's sick of it. You know, it's just... Ah, well. I was saying to Rachel the other day that at least it was my last 2 birthdays of my 30s that have been boring lockdown birthdays rather than the last 2 birthdays of my teens. Got a feel for the teens, that would be rubbish, wouldn't it? Although from what I can gather, most of them have just been being reckless. Partying anyway. No, that's not fair. Are we a circular saw down? I think I have got one of those somewhere. Oh well. Oh, and then not got their ice axes. Again, oh well. Find something else entertaining to put on the back of there, maybe. There we go. Chap in a parka instead of a more appropriately dressed lady. Okay. Yes, Rachel's been doing some very nice promoting work. Well, it's partly the background that does the first bit, but when she's in meetings with her colleagues, they've been like, "Oh, so you're a big fan of Lego then, Rachel?" She obviously says no. My husband does these Lego streams, but yeah, so she's been promoting it gently to her colleagues when they've been interested. But one of her colleagues, I think today it was, asked whether it would be appropriate for their 9-year-old, and you know, I think she gave an accurate description that I smoke and swear, but that's about the worst of it. And it's not rampant bad language, just, you know, sprinkled. Although I've no idea what I said when all the things were collapsing. I think I have done better at curbing my accidental exclamation he swears, and now they're a bit more just sprinkled. Seasoning. Okay. What a surprise. But yes, I'm not sure what that judgment was made. See, that's it. It's like, well, it's definitely not made for 9-year-olds, but they're, you know. Oh, I'm making this as a lid, and it looks like, oh yes, it is the lid. I was going to say it looks like it's just going to be a bit icy, but it's just got a bit of bonus ice. Well, things get icy in the Arctic, I suppose. Whoa. That doesn't really matter how these pieces go on, does it? I like this blue tone. It's a nice shade. Oh yeah, so I'm thinking about sorting out my brand identity, you could say. Open the box. Okay, Mum. Well, I'll do that once I've at some point. I'll do it after the break. How about that? That's a nice point to do so. Yeah, so because I use Lighting Keir on Instagram, and that's also my Twitch name, not that I've been doing any streaming on Twitch yet, but I signed up to support my friend Gaz, who made my graphics, of course, previously. And I have got a YouTube identity account under the name Lighting Keir as well. It just wasn't the one I really used for mainly uploading my videos. So essentially what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to shuffle everything around, and Lighting Keir can become predominantly Lego, makes, that sort of thing, this kind of content. And Wheelie Green Keir, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe Wheelie Green could keep all the belly dance things, and Lighting Keir could be all the Lego and more my personal projects. So look out for news upcoming, and I'll try and I'll obviously keep you posted best I can. But yes, I am also thinking about moving the live streamed content over to Twitch, which you don't have to sign up for to view. Again, I think like YouTube, you have to sign up to chat. But I think that's a viewing community that is more. Twitch is very focused on live content, whereas YouTube is very focused on recorded content, and so a lot of content producers are live streaming on Twitch, and then that content gets put over to YouTube as a video, tidied up a bit, and it's more suitable to that audience. So I think I'm going to try and accept that all these people do these things this way because it's the sensible way to do it. Try and unify the identity, and yeah, so don't be surprised if soon I'm saying, oh, actually for the live stream content, come to Twitch, and then there'll be recorded content on here on YouTube, either this one or more likely over on my Lighting Keir account, which I'll set up and tidy up and make Lego. Anyway, got sidetracked by my little bit of sensible streamy news. It's interesting how the saber-toothed tiger has a big ice wall as its enclosure. Oh, I think I'm understanding it now. I've been being really dense because I said to Rachel before, why aren't they extinct? What's it got a saber-toothed tiger for? But of course, it's like it's stuck in a block of ice. They've found it. They've cut it out of a block of ice. This ice preserved tiger. Yes, I was just being really dense. I can be sometimes. You just don't think always, do you? There we go. So that's book 1 done. And indeed bag 1. There's much more to the plane, isn't there? Thank you, my love. Yeah, I find Twitch's interface on the telly very irritating. They've got like a TV app, but it does not work well, at least not on our telly. The keyboard business is strange. The keyboard's not great with the remote control on screen, but it is what it is. But I can never seem to quite make it work properly. And if I plug a keyboard in, it takes away half the screen to have the virtual keyboard not there, but fills up the thing and takes away the actual screen. It's just, yeah, every time I actually want to comment on anyone's stream, I just have to plug the computer in, sort that out. I haven't tested it on a phone or a tablet. Hopefully it won't be too frustrating. If it is, I'll just come back to YouTube. But you know, I suppose, well, that's it. It's just thinking about what's the right platform for the right sort of content, or vice versa, what's the right content for the right sort of platform. So this is the Arctic heliplane. I forgot to say the number. My apologies to anyone watching the recording who cares. But that's it. I think it's the Arctic Explorer set. There we go, number 60193. I knew there was something I'd missed in the intro. I felt like, oh, isn't there something else I normally say? But not being scripted, I've not got anything to refer to. Because, well, although I'm trying to do these sorts of things properly and well, I'm not going to be that professional about it. Actually, you know, actually write a script. That's for the, this is the ad-libbed casual content. Scripting's for your pre-recorded videos, which I will at some point make some more of, because it's been very light on the pre-recorded Lego videos recently, this channel, and heavy on the live streams. But this is, you know, this you do what you want to do, don't you? I have had some very positive feedback generally from my friends and family on social media about the stop motion clip that you may or may not have seen at the start of the stream. It'll be on again at the end, so stick around to the end, or if you're watching the recording, fast forward to the end or go back to the beginning and have a look. Yeah, I suppose if you're watching the recording, then it was on at the beginning. But yeah, and my friend Connor, whose band allow me to use their music when I want to for my YouTube videos, I think I've done this wrong. I think I've missed a bit. Yeah, I was making some videos for the Corp, my Corp Rules videos, which are on a Corp Rules channel. Yeah, I used their band's music for those videos, but yeah, he commented and said, Lego music video next. And well, like one of those people who have been asked if they're running for office, I'm not ruling it out. But yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. Need to yeah, well, there's a lot of work, but also if I was going to be trying to make something like that for them, I'd want to be able to do it really well. And I'm definitely not at that stage yet. I am looking at sort of animation software to make it easier, you know, to sort of track back through the steps and make sure and work out the timing and things. You can get stuff that overlays the arc, and you sort of get a line here and here and here, and you can and there is apparently a good free one, but I haven't really looked at it yet. My biggest problem downstairs in the electricity cupboard is space. So it's very tight in there anyway for anything. But I might just about to be able to set up a computer and things, but then I wouldn't have any space for the studio. But I have got a very compact computer and compact display, so I'm contemplating trying to set up, trying a new setup, but I wanted to complete some videos using the existing camera and things, just because different lenses and stuff will change the look. So I obviously just want to use the setup that I've got set up. But I am going to be investigating that, because I've really enjoyed making the stop motion, actually. It's kind of, yeah, it's something I'd thought about doing a fair bit, but I just ended up doing the odd little Instagram tableau and not much of that. Right, anyway, I've been sidetracked somewhat from the Lego itself. My apologies. This would make a really boring time lapse, wouldn't it? Big long pauses. Although that's one of the benefits of time lapse. If you've got a long pause where nothing interesting happens, just cut that bit out, because it's all really jumpy anyway. It doesn't really show. So it makes it a lot easier to edit in some ways than sort of real-time video, where it could be a bit more jarring and you have to think about putting in a transition and things like that. Whereas with time-lapse, you just go cut. That bit's rubbish. Gone. Although I was watching the trees melting video that I put up, probably that was my most recent upload. Yeah, well, that's it. I definitely think today some of the movements will have been a bit bigger, and I was kind of experimenting with trying to make the character run, but partly it was like, oh god, I can't be bothered to make him walk all the way around the desk again. It took ages to get him to walk round to the front, and so he does a bit of a skip and a hop, but we'll see how it comes out. You know, you just don't know till you see it, do you, sometimes, particularly with that sort of thing. but I kind of feel like it's like old school film and video where you had to wait for it to be developed. I am sidetracked. Little red wedgie pieces, that's the next ones. Yeah, if you can remember what I was saying before, if you want me to complete it, let me know in the chat, and I will do my best to carry on. Otherwise, yeah, no, it's gone. See, that's the trouble with me looking at the chat while I'm actually saying a bit. I need to get whatever I'm saying out of my mouth, then pause and look at the chat, and then I won't get so sidetracked that I lose my thread. Okay, so these have already had their stickers applied, of course. So okay, so I'm making 2 of these things the same. Yeah, I've completely lost that thread. Oh well. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, I had 1 sneeze the first time round, and that was 2 then, so place your bets now on the next round being 3 sneezes. I have this theory that the sneezes, well, it's partly related to like cross wiring in your nose, although on this occasion I think they're just genuine sneezes. But the cross wiring in your nose stuff, where your squint reflex gets a bit of crosstalk with your sneeze reflex, where the nerves go near each other in your nose, and that's why people sneeze when they see the sunshine, which I do and my dad does. But when I was little, my dad had sneezed 2 or 3 times, and I'd only ever sneezed once, and I couldn't understand it. It's like, well, you sneeze once and then it stops. Why do you sneeze more times? And then as I got gradually older, I started sneezing 2 times, and then, you know, sort of in my late teens to my 20s, started sneezing twice, and I was like, oh, well, there you go. And then during my 30s, it's become 3 times. So I'm anticipating in the next few years, it's switching to being 4 sneezes more often than not. See, sometimes it is 4 sneezes now, but sometimes it's still only 2, but mostly it's 3. But I think it's a really interesting thing that I do not understand. You know, the fact of why it seems to be increasing in sneeze number with age. It's just, yeah, it's a funny thing, that, isn't it? Okay, so we've made these 2 things absent-mindedly. Oh, I think we'll be having a break in. We'll break at 8 maybe this time. It depends how quickly I need to go to the loo, I suppose. Oh, I've missed something. Oh, these things want to stick on the outside there. There we go. One that side, one that side. yeah, just so you're aware, that's my plan. Maybe once I finish this bag, that'll only take me a couple of more minutes, depending on how sidetracked I get. But I feel like, well, it's half and half, isn't it? It's half Lego, it's half chit chat. That's, I suspect you. Well, I don't know why you're here. Mostly for the chit chat. Oh, I see. I thought it had something printed on it, but it was just the other end of the spindle sticking through the brick. Right. Orange bricks for Rachel. Drink for an orange brick, eh? Oh, you'd get really drunk if that was the rule. Well, there's just a... Yeah, I think it gets more orange from here on out. I'll have to watch one of those documentaries about how Lego bricks are made again. But if I remember rightly, they get tumbled with things that are just the right hardness, just to sort of knock the edges off, but just enough. It's like a big polishing drum. Okay, I'm skipping around the steps a little bit here. I heard someone on the radio the other day, an adult comedian, describing their experience of having ADHD, and I thought, yeah. Not that it's really a surprise. But you know, when these things are pointed out to you in really clear detail. But at the same time, you know, I spent, whatever it was, 4 or 5 hours sat in a little dark room with nothing but a tiny studio, moving a guy. Moving a bit, press the button. Oh God, yeah. Blimey. I hadn't realised how much that had made my neck ache until I just repeated the movement. Oh, it's a good question about how many times my dad sneezes now. Yeah. Jackie, I remember, remarked on a thing about a little murmur of contentment, like sort of a And I don't know if that got picked up, probably did. And how that seemed to be increasing in number with age, and how my granddad, I forget how many it was, my granddad did 3, I think, and Dad had gone from 1 to 2. Yeah. So, yeah, I am shattered. Oh, what I was saying before about my arm was, got distracted by the chat again, is doing that little movement and then reaching up to I had the phone up here, this phone that's actually doing this camera, with the display on it, so I could see it at sort of an angle that was useful, more useful than the camera down here at this peculiar angle to me. And so yeah, I'd make the movement and then reach up and tap and look round, reach up, tap, move, look and tap, try and keep my fingers out of the thing. But yeah, that's it. But I think because that's like a constantly changing thing, it's like the computer games. It's not a really dull, monotonous task actually, because it's like just a gradually morphing task, and you're constantly thinking about the next steps and things like that. Also, I had the radio on, which helps. Yeah, when I used to work at the sorting office, it always reminded me of doing a related monotonous task, which was letter stuffing with my mum, which I used to like doing. I always liked working with my mum. But yeah, when she was working for the local GP out of hours service, she used to have to put out documents periodically to all the GPs, and they just needed sorting for this deadline. But the data would never come in until right before the deadline, or at least that was my understanding of it, because, well, GPs. Anyway, so yeah, and I remember just setting it up where you'd have all the different documents spread around me on these like 3 desks in a big L shape, and just sort of go around going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, staple in the envelope. But I remember we had Radio 2, and I think because that was the music station that the people who normally worked in the office liked to have on. And it was the same sort of vibe of music as whatever radio. Well, there was a select. I think it's because in the sorting office, whoever was manager of the day got to choose the radio station. So sometimes it was Radio 2, and sometimes it was like Classic Gold or something like that. But when it was Radio 2, it always reminded me of the letter stuffing with that very Radio 2 style. Okay, so I've stuck some skis on. It's not right, but you know me. If there's a chance to put some skis on. Oh, there we go. Skip some steps and put skis on. I'm bound to go for it. Okay, so nearly there. We'll just need to make this windy thing, which is presumably going to operate the crane. It's always a bit of a pain doing these kind of things, isn't it? I'll tell you what. There we go. There we go. I need to go and see my dad, really. I've got this present I made for him for Christmas that I didn't make before Christmas because I've been rubbish this year. Or for the last, yeah, I've just not got around to going over, but I mean, it's sort of, I suppose it depends on how how essential you view sending someone a Christmas present 2 months after it's Christmas. It's probably you know, I feel like it's gradually increasing in essentialness, and I haven't seen him since Christmas, so there we go. So obviously it would be very nice to go and see him, albeit briefly and in the garden. Oh, so I've gone and tied this flipping thread. I can't get the thing through now because I tied it wrong. I tied it all the way through the middle instead of in and out the end with a knot, but it always comes out if you tie it out the end with a knot. Right, there we go. Just needed to be a little bit more persuasive. And a little yellow bushing. We had that conversation last time, didn't we? Say we. I pondered about which of those it really is. I think it's both. It's one of those things that's kind of interchangeable. Okay, so this goes where? No, that's the driver's seat. Oh, that goes there. Oh, and then over that? Yes, over that. It's a bit of a pulley. And then out the bottom. Lovely. It's like part Avenger, part no, I can't remember what the helicopter's called. If Gaz was in the chat, he'd be able to tell me, but I don't know if he's here. I'm really not with it. I think he's probably not, because he would have said hi if he was. Oh yeah, so if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm sure you probably have. But also there's the notifications bell, which should be somewhere. I forget where it is. It might pop up down at the bottom, or yeah, it depends what platform you're viewing on as well, I suppose. But if you click that icon, it will let you know whenever I upload a video and notify you when I've got a live stream planned. At least when I've told YouTube that I've got a live stream planned. See, that doesn't seem that that's going to work very well, but maybe it just doesn't work very well when it's not got any weight on it. But it's kind of snarling up. I don't know if I've got something wrong. Yes, I've put it in upside down. This is why you test things. Ah, yes, and then that actually fixes it. Okay, good. Nearly done with this bag. So very nearly time for a break. Which is good, because I need a wee. So there we go, that's the bit to contain it. Oh, these bits seem to have made their way to the bag. Oh, maybe I've skipped. Perhaps they're supposed to go on there. Yes, look. I should have put these on here somewhere. At the front. I wonder where those other bits should have gone. See, poor Rachel, she's made it all. Oh look, this one wants to go across here. What about those two, eh? Ah, look, there we go. I see them. Here at the front. Okay, perfect. Super. I was going to say she's lovingly got all the pieces out and I've just randomly skipped them. But I could rely on knowing that I'd missed the bits because Rachel had checked it all. I don't quite understand. I think that hook's supposed to be just sort of hanging below it in the picture. Right, well, time for a break, I suppose. I'll be back in, let's call it 10 minutes-ish, so 1:15-ish. Yeah, I hope you come back and join me again then. All right, bear with me and I'll pop the stop motion back on. Hello, welcome back. Hopefully you are back. Hopefully my sound's still good. Yeah, looks good from the monitors. So I will just give it another minute or two for confirmation that Mum's back. Yeah, I've been thinking about ideas for the stop motion. Sort of new, yeah, so I've sort of taken the content from the original video and expanded on that, tried to do it with slightly more careful pacing and timing to it, although I haven't seen the rushes yet, so I don't know how well I've done with that. So a lot of the content will be the same as the video I've already made, but there's also a few other things that I'm trying to make. I've got some ideas for a little technical difficulties bit that I'll stick on if I'm having sound issues or whatever and I need a few minutes to sort something out, or you know, whatever. I've got an idea for a bit to do like a tea making thing, where Mini Keir will build up his kettle and make his tea. You know, sort of build something in order to make the tea, although it might be coffee because a coffee machine's easier to make out of Lego. Yeah, there's that. And what was the other idea I had? I've got a really nice idea for having him do a poi spin. So that's going to be fun to try and do and see how that comes out. Oh yes, and of course, it being birthday month, and I am going to get to the parcel. Here it is. Not a sponsor. From my mum, I think, my oldest and best sponsor. Oldest, longest standing. Sorry, get it right, Keir. Not the oldest. Anyway, so I was looking for confirmation in chat that Mum had rejoined us. I'm going to assume she has. Yeah, I don't know. You can rewind if you missed a bit, Mum. Sorry. Well, I don't want to open the present from you if you're not there. If you're still sorting something out. Okay, well, we'll open up bag 3 and see if she's there in the chat in a moment. Rachel apparently managed to accidentally block her last week, but I think they've had a bit of chat back and forth, so it was either a temporary block or Rachel figured out how to undo it. Okay. There we go. Lady on your quad bike, you're going to hold the instructions for me. Thank you very much. Is my chat just not moving? Is that the problem? It's not inconceivable. No, I don't know. Right. Let's switch back to this other camera then. The other view even. Yes, thank you, Rachel. One step ahead of you, although there's the delay. Okay. Bag 3, so we are starting with this piece on the tail section. Oh, can I adjust this chair a bit? There's an idea. There we go. Oh, that's a bit better. I never remember to do that until the end of the stream, and I go, oh, why does my back ache so much? Spread these pieces out. There we go. That's the one I'm after. Okay. Oh no, hold on, Keir, you've missed a brick. Yeah, you see, I can manage to drink tea without slurping, but there's nothing I can do about the swallowing noise because the microphone's right on my throat. So I do just have to remember to mute it. Right, there it is. Okay. Aha! So my miss here. Oh, and I've been typing pluses in the chat rather than. That's why the thing wouldn't transition. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure you were around, so I haven't opened the parcel yet. It's just here waiting in the wings. But I'll crack on and I shall save it till the end. So this has already had its stickers applied, quite nicely actually. Slightly random choices about the angle, but you know, definitely seen worse. I've definitely done worse. Okay, so this is going on the rear here. Come on. I feel like I've made an error there. I have. For some reason, I've put 2 bricks on that side. Did the same step twice. That's what you get when you're not paying attention. Okay, much better. So that can be set aside. There we go. Musical boards. One of these. Excuse me. These are a really weird shaped brick. I don't think I've ever seen those before. There you go. Well, if Abby's, are they married? Abby's husband, AD, was in the chat, he could have that as his dedicated brick, because it being a very nice A. So there we go, Abby and AD. Pair of A's. Right, what orientation? There we go, like so. AD is, of course, an aviator. He flies recreationally, and I believe does some sort of work with unmanned aircraft of some sort. I was going to say, I can't see what they've added here. These two massive orange bricks. Okay, flippity over. Huh. There it is. Oh yes, and Emily, of course. How could I forget? Little Emily. Well, look, we're not short of A's in this build, like the family. So there we go, there's one for Emily. And there's loads of them in this build, look at that. All these weird, tons of these weird bricks. Never seen them before. I suppose they want to make good use of them if they've developed a special brick for the build. Right, what am I doing? Skiddy bit. There we go. There's one for Emily. Goes on the underside. Hope she's not offended by that. I suspect. Yes, there we go. There's one on the other side. She can have both of these. Okay. I'm doing this back to front. I suspect I need to do one for the other side, but we'll get it right. Oh, now. This bit is a bit that didn't quite have the right bricks for, so we've made some minor alterations. I say we. The decision making was collective. Rachel did the sorting, as previously mentioned. But we've got, for these lights, slightly different arrangement of flat pieces instead of the angly ones. So there should be, there we go. I was looking for one of these, and that's why I couldn't find them, because they've all been put into use. Oh well. I can't remember what I did instead, but I did something. It was for mini Keir's desk. Okay, and repeat on this side. And now it's rotor time. Whoops. No, missed a step. It was very clearly there, Keir. Put one of these on one of those and then stick it on. Oh yes, that's much nicer. It's amazing how it all looks loads better when you actually do it right. Okay, I'm going to move this camera. There we go. It's a bit more useful, isn't it, now? Okay, and stick it on. Stick it on. So that little notch we left in the side here, that I'd been wondering about, is the sort of registration mark to make it easy to get that piece in the right way. It's starting to take shape. Where should we stick it? Go here. That'll do. Right, more tea. There we go. Okay, and repeat for the other side. Let's just expose these bricks I've shuffled out of the way. Yes, I suppose I've been reflecting. I've been reflecting on some things Gaz said. I've been thinking about doing some computer game streaming, but I can see how any audience that likes Lego building probably isn't the same audience for computer game streaming, but there's sort of it's like YouTube's always treated channels more as what would traditionally be considered programs, and so they've encouraged people to set up a new channel for a new program. And I kind of feel like actually a channel can have an identity that's a channel and you have different programs on it, which, you know, you do get a bit of. You know, so like Achievement Hunter, for example, have a variety of different things, but that's more like, oh, which game are we playing? Although they do have, yeah. So you get a bit of that, but I don't know. So it may be that this channel, Wheelie Green, transitions to be my video game channel if I get a thing to make it easier to do PlayStation games on the stream, and I make Lighting Keir be the Lego one, but I'm not sure. Oh dear, I am tired. Right, I can't see a 2x1 grey piece that I need to go here. Is it just me being blind? I don't think so. There it is. Yes, it was. Of course it was. How dare I doubt Rachel's capacity to check something's accurate. This is the woman who's been going through a load of contracts with a fine-tooth comb and working out which stuff's wildly out of date and just peculiar for one reason or another, legacy stuff. So I think she's more than capable of keeping track of all the right Lego bricks, unlike me. who can't even manage to apply them to the model in the right order necessarily. There we go. So this is the starboard wing, of course, having its green lights coming. Right, we'll hold it in the orientation like the picture, and then it will make it easier not to get it wrong. Oops. These bits definitely connect together better when you hold them the right way round. You see, that's the trouble with having the camera down lower. When I pick it up, you lose this view altogether. Okay. Which way round are they going? Green on this side. One more little grey tile. There it is. Yes. Yeah, I still can't remember what the name of the helicopter was in Grand Theft Auto that I was thinking of. It's sort of like, well, like all the vehicles in Grand Theft Auto, it's kind of a bit like a mashup of two different real world vehicles, because that's generally their way of getting around the copyright stuff, licensing problems. Is it looks a bit like from one of these from that side and a bit like one of those from the other end. But they've got a helicopter that's a bit like a Chinook heavy lift, although it's also a bit like a similar Russian chopper, if you know, if you get into the fine detail. For the people who are into these things, to anyone else, because I sort of looked into it and went, oh, okay, it's not at all like a Chinook then. It's those people who know these things say. Yeah, oh well. See, Gaz, not here when I need you to come up with random GTA facts. I really want to put these rotors on, but it is going to be more easy to attach it to the thing as instructed, I'm sure. There we go. Give that a nice little squeeze. Yeah, this is nice. I do really like these weird structural things, and they create some nice hollows in the wing, although I'm probably going to cover those up. Maybe not. That's nice. Sort of struts. Okay. Coming on apace. Wants to go on there. It's like I'm a sort of low-key rebel. And it's like, okay, I will do what I have to do, but I'm going to do it in a different order. I think that's probably right. I am a bit of a low-key rebel, you know. Don't want to make too much of a fuss about it, but I'm also not going to conform to all your rules. Just the sensible ones. But yeah, I think I found that making a fuss about your rebellion just ensures you get caught for it. And I'd rather just get away with shit. Not for the kids. So that's, I'm really tempted to make this be like age restricted. It's like this is strictly for adults Lego, but it's not very inclusive, and you know, it's not like it's that bad. But yeah, I was also thinking about making an ident with the government warning, I forget whether I said that last week, like don't smoke, no smoking. Okay. So, pop this aside. I know I won't be able to turn the pages if I leave it there. Windscreen. We are nearly done. Rapidly approaching completion. Oh, this hasn't got its sticker on it. Got a bit of glue residue. They must have decided it was too chunky and peeled it off. I do like these. I was thinking about trying to use these aircraft fronts to make like an orange train, or maybe even like a TGV. They've got quite a nice sort of TGV type front, but I don't know. But that's it. I kind of feel like I can probably make this stuff work with the train chassis. So the plane may not get to be a plane for very long. It might end up being a TGV before you know it. I mean, look, it's halfway there anyway, isn't it? It took its wings off. But yeah, I'm going to have more. Oh, I've put these skis on back to front. How have I managed that? Just had totally the wrong apprehension about... I should have realised that the steering ones went at the front, really, shouldn't I? Well, drink for a cock up. If you're playing the Lego with Keir drinking game. Sorry, forgot to mute the mic again. Slurp, slurp. Look at this. Oh no, it can't do that, can it? It's not got a rotor. Not a one. Just sits there looking forlorn. Why can't I fly? So I'm thinking about sound design for the animation stuff. I think it needs it. You know, it's a big part of any video production, really, but I think it's a big part of animation having character. But I don't want to, having been given I'm the sort of person who gets wound up by hold music and YouTube video music quite readily. I don't want to be part of the problem. So I have to make sure that it's something that's not too irritating to have to hear in repetition if it's going to be the stream starts soon, because you don't want someone to turn the volume off, I suppose, while they're waiting for the stream, because then they might not hear when you've come live. Excuse me. Although I suspect, one of those is wrong. You know, well, it's a bit academic, really, at this stage. Ah, so that's the offset, so they don't collide with each other. Sorry, you can't really see that, can you? There we go, I don't think I need the book anymore. Let's see, what's it got to say? That twirls, the thing on the knob on the top makes the hook go up and down, in case I hadn't worked that out. I don't know if there's just... Yeah, it doesn't seem like it opens very easily. I'm used to Lego vehicles having an easy pop-off roof, but this one does not seem to. Yeah, the tail doesn't really. I thought that might pop open. Yeah, not so hot on the playability, this one, if you can't open it up and put... Thought you'd be able to yeah, that doesn't look like it goes in, but you might be able to put it in dismantled or something. But guess I was wrong. I'll have a look. Previously with sets, it's become clearer when I've had a look at like the information online, you know, the blurb. They sort of say, oh, well, you can do this thing, and I go, oh. It's like with the railway station where it was like, oh, this isn't a really boring information board, it's a Lego shop. Which, you know, I can't believe wasn't patently obvious to me. But you just, yeah, I just didn't see it. I've been ignoring the chat. Oh yeah, loads of orange bricks, that's it. Perhaps Rachel will bring through the bag of orange and you can see what actually a lot of orange bricks is. There we go. All complete. That's a bit of fun to play with. It's just a giant fidget spinner. Oh, do you think they counter-rotate? They probably do, because it would stop the gyroscopic forces from. Oh, look, there's one orange brick left homeless. I wonder where I should have put that. Here's Rachel with the lots of orange Lego. Thank you, my darling. Sorry. She stood there holding it. There we go. So that's it. So even spread out on the tray, it doesn't sit down flat. There's just tons. I like these weird flexible net things. But yeah, I suspect we could make up some other Arctic sets with the stuff we've got. Particularly if the trouble is things like, oh, the cab comes off. Can we get the, no, you can't get the car down to the back with the cab coming off. Anyway, is like special bricks like this, because obviously they'll have gone into a navy blue job lot. So, but yeah, that's it. We've got more orange Lego than anything else now. I like this thing. I don't know, it's some sort of mining kit or something. Well, I suppose it can be whatever you like. It's interesting to see the variation in production colours as well. You know, when we've got all the bricks stacked up like this, it's really obvious that they don't get the orange always the same orange. Because, well, it just feels like that. I mean, it's possible they're sun bleached, but yeah, that's it. You see, this is definitely the back of like a Tonka truck or something. I say Tonka truck, dump truck, and its wheels. So yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe do some freeform space mining or quarrying type build today. I want to start getting next job lot's going to be aimed at black, I think, because I'm kind of inclined to have a crack at building a copy of the corporation. Lego Corp, I think, would be really nice. It'd be a lot of work, especially if I was going to do some inside. But, you know, I'd have to do some inside. But I thought I could, you know, start by just doing the sort of iconic wall, and if I could figure out how to write corporation on that, I mean, I might just stick it on with paper if I'm honest. So really then it just needs to be a big brick wall with some fire exits potentially. But yeah, that's it. I could start with that wall in the corner for the main entrance, and then try and build up more of the model inside and have a bit of a dance floor-y bar section. Yeah, I don't know where this brick should have gone. There doesn't appear to be anywhere begging for it that I've missed. See, I sort of feel like I either want 4 of them or not that one. Maybe or 2 of them. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to stick it in there. That seems like a nice place for it. Right. Oops. But yeah, so Lego Corp would be fun, and that would make then a really good set for Connor's band, who I should remember their name. I always forget. I think they're Shadow Smile now. His current band is Shadow Smile. I always forget which way round it is, but yes, it is Shadow Smile. So check them out if you're into rock. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's parcel time. Present number 2. There we go. So I don't think I've ordered anything from Amazon, so it must be something from Mum. Snazzy bag. Keep your gift a surprise. Like my gift receipt then. Look at this, very nice. Well, these looked useful from Mum and John. Yes, mustn't forget John. Poor John. Not getting any of the credit for all the Lego gifts. It's a nice bag. Someone else is going to get this and doesn't get a present in this nice bag. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I think they will be useful. Thank you very much. 50 Platten, Platt Zuffenglug, Upper Gundplatt Lego K1. 50 ground plate. Well, they're not base plates, are they? They're nice plates that you can actually plug into. Selection of colours of plates. Look at that. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, it's got me. We've got some additional black. Started that. These will be nice. I've got a Minecraft set that is incomplete, was part of one of the job lots, and that was short a little bit of blue and stone colour, although I think the witch's hut is the bit we're mostly short of, that's like actual bricks. But I thought I might do a bit of a improvised Minecrafty build with that. I might just flog the witch though. She's apparently worth 50 quid on her own, so I sort of feel like I might just sell off the bits, or we might make the shopping list up to make it into a complete set, and then build it once and sling it on eBay. And because like complete sets, it's silly money. It's mad, but it's because they're special bricks and only so many of them were sold, and Minecraft has continued to grow in popularity. Well, look at that for a selection of colours. Marvellous. Very nice. So I was going to consider building this little one, but I think we're pretty much up to time now. I'm shattered, honestly. But it is at that normal 2-hour-ish window. So I won't start that. Probably about time to just call it a night. So as a bit of a recap, of course, today I've built the yeah, I didn't work out what its name was, did I? I think it's the Arctic Explorer set, which has this heliplane type thing with a crane, working sky hook to hook up the very fine saber-toothed tiger, which I really like. There we go. In its little container. And of course the quad bike as well. So really nice little set, number 60193. Fit really well into the stream. It probably would have taken about an hour to build without all the digressions and additional chat, should that be something anyone's curious about. Yeah, so I think that's us for this. That's us done for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. This has been Lego with Keir. I've been Keir. Here's my lovely new nameplate. And I hope you join me again this Sunday at 6. And hopefully again next Wednesday. My birthday's on a Wednesday this month, on the 24th, of course, so I'm not sure whether there's going to be a Lego stream. It might just be a video. I might just have a private party, you know, online video game type party. So yeah, but I'll put up some sort of video. Like I said, I've got a birthday idea for minifig Keir as well. So he shan't be without gifts either. Okay, well, yeah, I haven't got the thing set up for a post-stream video. So I think I'm just going to end up doing the pre-stream one, but without the stuff. Can I work this out? Turn that off. Turn that off. Oh yes, we can just have the clouds. That's nice. Okay, well, once again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you join me again on Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be building then. So thanks for watching. Good night.